welcome back to EB Yoga. Today's class is a holiday stretch, and this is the perfect class if you've been traveling, maybe you've been sitting on the floor wrapping presents all day, or maybe you're just feeling a little tense, getting ready to spend time with your favorite family members. This will be a simple, gentle class just to get your body moving, maybe get you feeling a little bit looser. You won't need any props for this class. Let's begin seated. For the seated portion, your legs can be crossed, or if you would prefer them extended out in front of you, it's whatever's comfortable for you. Begin to notice your breath and see if you could make it a little bit deeper. See if you could breathe into your belly and let your belly expand out with your breath. And then we'll begin a gentle shoulder roll movement. So starting with bringing the shoulders up and down and back. And take slow rolls here. Maybe they line up with your breath, or maybe you're just doing what feels good. And take another roll or two, going up, down, and back. And then we'll change directions. Start to bring your shoulders up and forward and down. And if one of these movements feels better for you, you can always stick with that. And take a few more rolls with the up and forward motion. And relax your shoulders down if you need a little wiggle. And then we'll take a little side stretch. So start with reaching your right hand out and just walk your fingertips till you can get your hand on the ground. And then reach your other arm up, stretch it over. See if you can find some stretch along the side of your waist, maybe up into your shoulder and even along your arm muscles. And if you'd like to deepen this, maybe wiggle out a little bit further. Take one more breath and reach your left arm. And then start to bring your left hand down as you start to sit up, but leave your right hand on the ground. And then start to stretch your head and neck over to the left side. See if you can find some stretch in your neck. Maybe you feel it a little in your shoulder too. And then if you want to experiment, start to pick that right hand up. I kind of feel the stretch move down my arm a little bit. See what it would feel like to lift and lower the hand. And then maybe rotate your palm. I feel the stretch kind of move in a different way then too. Maybe wiggle your fingers. And take a couple more breaths here. Maybe give your head a little movement to feel that stretch, but be gentle with your neck. And begin to release, relaxing the right arm down, bringing your head back up to center. And again, if you need a little movement there. And then just take a moment to notice how it feels here on this side of your neck that we stretched compared to the other side. Myself personally, I tense up my shoulders like this all the time. So I can definitely feel the difference of which side I've stretched and which side still needs stretched. So begin to take your left hand and walk it out. Begin to reach your right arm up and over. And again, wherever this is comfortable for you, a little stretch in the side, shoulder, arm. Walk it out further if you'd like. And take another breath or two here. Maybe reach with your left arm. Right arm. And start to bring your body back up, bringing your right arm down, but keep that left hand on the ground. And then start to stretch your head over into the opposite direction. Find that stretch on this side of the neck, maybe into the shoulder. Same thing with the hand. Maybe see what it would feel like to lift and lower the hand a little bit. Little rotation with the arm. And wiggle the fingers. Notice how this stretch feels different than the other side. And do whatever movements would feel good here for you. Few more breaths. Maybe a little movement with the head too. And begin to relax your left hand down, head back to center, take a few shoulder rolls. And bring yourself back to center, and then we'll take a gentle twisting motion. So I like to match this movement with my slow, deep breaths. So noticing if you lost those slow breaths we started class with, see if you can come back to that little deeper breath, maybe letting your belly expand. And then moving into our twisting breath. Hands out by your side. Inhale, reaches up. And exhale, twist to one side. Inhale, back up. And exhale, opposite side. So I'm not trying to look behind me or anything, but just gently twisting. If you ever want to hold the twist for an extra breath, take a few more slow, deep breaths like this till you're even on your sides. And once you're even on your sides, bring your hands back to your lap. Check in if you need a little stretch or wiggle with your body there. And one more little stretch while we're here seated. Taking your hands behind you, roll your shoulders the up, down, and back, and then maybe your hands will touch the ground. I have to kind of be on fingertips with shorter arms. Then see if you can take an inhale. Pull your shoulder blades toward each other as you open up your chest. Maybe take your head and let it gently drop back. And take a couple breaths. And if your head is back, start to come back up, release the hands. And then give yourself a little hug. So moving the opposite direction, closing off the chest. Hands maybe could reach around and grab the shoulders. And this time maybe tuck your chin in. Begin to release your hug. Give your arms a little wiggle, couple shoulder rolls. And let's make our way over into our tabletop. Set up your tabletop, letting your hands go underneath your body wherever they like. Maybe experimenting with which direction your fingers are pointing and seeing which feels better for your wrist, elbow, and shoulder. Same thing with the knees. Maybe see what it feels like to have them really close. Maybe see what it feels like to have them further apart. And find a tabletop setup that feels good for your body. We'll begin with a cat and cow stretch, and if you'd like to connect your breath with this movement, you can if that feels good for you. It's an inhale, fills your belly up and drops your belly towards your mat. Exhale, pull your belly in as you round your spine up. Inhale, cow pose, belly toward the mat. Exhale, cat pose, pull your belly in, round your spine up. Moving with the breath if you'd like, or however this stretch feels good today. Begin to finish up your cat and cows. Take another breath or two. And coming back into tabletop. And moving into our barrel roll. I like to start with my spine rounded up a little bit. And then ribs to the side, belly down, ribs over to the other side, and round up. Imagine you're scraping your rib cage around in a barrel. And you can bend or straighten your arms here. Sometimes when I bend my elbows, I can feel like I'm moving a little bit more. Whichever direction you're going with your barrel roll, take one more slow roll in that direction. And then you can pause, barrel roll the other way. And again, one more slow roll. Come back toward tabletop. Check in if you need a little stretch, a little wiggle with your body. Then we'll move into a movement for our shoulders, taking some arm circles. So starting with your right hand, so here you might want to bring your left hand in a little bit more so you feel balanced when you pick the right hand up. Starting with the right arm, just taking the arm in a big circle. Feeling some movement in the shoulder. And then depending on how far you reach back here, you might feel a little bit of a spinal twist. Nice slow circles and check in with your breath. Take one more circle with your right arm. And then we'll switch. So again, maybe bring the right hand a little bit into center to help with your balance and start to circle your left arm. Take one more slow circle with your left arm. And bring yourself back to tabletop. And if you'd like to sit back on your heels for a moment, give your arms a little shake out. And then make your way back to tabletop. Moving down into our legs. So we'll start with extending the right leg back. Reach it straight back and then point your toes. Now drop your leg down so the top of your right foot is pressing into the mat, and you might roll it gently a little side to side. Maybe you're feeling some stretch along the front of the right ankle. And then we're going to flip the foot. So pick your foot up, press your right toes into the mat, and then push your foot back so you're finding some stretch on the back of your right leg. Let go of that push on the right foot. Pick your right foot up. Give your right ankle some circles. Circle the other way. And set your right leg down. Left side, left leg reaches back. Point your left toes and then drop the top of the left foot down to the ground. Maybe a little rotation there with the left leg. And then flip your foot, ball of the foot down, push through the heel, and maybe find some stretch on the back of the left leg. Release the stretch on the left leg. Pick your left foot up, give it some circles. Circle the other direction. And then let's take a quick stretch in child's pose, maybe 5 breaths. And from your child's pose, start to lift back up to table. And then make your way into a comfortable seat. I'd like to end this class with a minute or two of meditation. So just thinking about coming back to the breath I've been talking about in this class, letting the belly expand gently, slow, easy breaths. Now we're just going to close our eyes and see if we can keep our concentration there with the breath. And if your mind wanders away to something else, just see if you can come back to the breath. And that's really how simple meditation is. We will never have completely thoughtless minds. Like, that's just not how human beings work. Some people think that in order to successfully meditate, they have to be thoughtless. Like, it just doesn't happen. The true practice of meditation is being able to come back to your focus when you're distracted. I also think learning to breathe and calm down in this way is so helpful around the holidays and really just life in general. Whatever a comfortable seat means for you, go ahead and find a place to sit comfortably and then begin to close your eyes. Notice if you're breathing shallow or deep right now. And then see if you can deepen your breath just a little bit. Allow the muscles of your belly to relax so that your belly can expand with your breath. See if you can follow your breath as it enters your nose, travels down to your belly, and then follow your breath as it exits your body. And we'll take just a quiet minute or so here together. And notice where your attention is right now with your breath. Or did your mind take you somewhere else? Take a few more gentle breaths and begin to blink your eyes open. And then check in. Need some stretching after sitting still for a minute. Thank you so much for joining me for this holiday stretch class. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a great holiday season, and I hope to see you again soon.